announcing off air to the stars of a production that's coming to the Chesterfield Pomegranate Theatre. They got great reviews, this company, for production of Evita around this time last year. I think you guys, not you necessarily, but some other people from your company came in to BBC Radio Sheffield to tell us all about it. Now they are back with Jesus Christ Superstar. It is Chesterfield Operatic Society, and I'm joined by Georgii, who plays Mary, not
Jesus' mother.
That's what we were talking about on air. I said to you, I said, how old is the Mary? Because you must be playing an older woman with a young lady. And you said, oh, I think she's in her 20s. And I thought, hang on a minute, I know I'm not great at maths, but I'm sure Jesus was in his 30s towards the end of his life. Also, Sam Widdowson, and you play Peter.
Peter, yeah.
Okay, so we've clarified who you play.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. How did you come to the decision as a society to put on this production? Because it's such a huge production, one of the most popular productions of all time.
Well, I think one of the first things that they consider is like our audience, so the sort of thing that they would be interested in coming to see. And I think Jesus Christ Superstar is one of Andrew Lloyd Webber's best musicals, so it's something that will bring an audience in, and hopefully they'll enjoy it.
Yeah, licensing's really hard as well.
I was thinking that.
With shows, because there's only so much available to you. So you really have to go with what's going to be best for the society.
Yeah.
And I think we made the right choice.
Yeah.
There.
I think you did. It's a massive show. You're an operatic society. Jesus Christ Superstar. It's kind of got a rocky edge to it.
Yeah, this is something that they're not used to, because we usually do like legit musicals, don't we? So we're going a bit more modern.
And is that difficult vocally? Is it difficult in terms of staging it?
It's really difficult songs wise. It's really hard, because I think the bigger numbers. So like, for example, Hosanna, that's really hard and it's really vocally demanding. Whereas some of the solos aren't quite as bad. I don't think.
No, they're good.
I've never seen it. I love musicals, but I've never seen it. And I think I was saying how I used to be obsessed with Joseph's amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I had the soundtrack. I used to dance and sing along to it in my bedroom. But sometimes I think people get sometimes confused with the two. Yeah. But it's similar in terms of its kind of epic.
Yeah.
It is.
Nature.
It's just a lot more of a dramatic story, I think.
Well, yes.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. It's really quite an important. I think, well, it is an important piece in telling the history of it.
And when it first came out, it was actually quite controversial, because on paper, let's be honest, the last 3 weeks of Jesus Christ's life as a musical, the lights have just randomly gone. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. As a musical, the last 3 weeks of Jesus' life is, you think that doesn't sort of lend itself to a bit of, toe tapping and a bit of, rock.
It is strange, like there's like a massive tap dance in the middle of it as well, and you just think, just as Jesus is about to be crucified, there's a tap dance, and you just think...
It just leaves you on your edge of the edge of your seat, just wanting that little bit more, because when it's building up and that suspense and something's about to happen, it just goes into a big musical number, doesn't it? And then it's fab, and then you come back to the story later.
But it all still works really well.
And you think it works. You don't think there's anything sort of, upsetting about it. It doesn't sort of downplay, the end of...
No, it definitely makes it
I think
what it should be.
It's definitely true to the information that was given to everyone.
Yeah.
Just how excited on a sort of scale of 1 to 10 were you when you found out you were going to be doing this? I'm looking at you, Georgii.
I cried.
You cried.
Yeah, I know. I was really excited. I really wasn't expecting to get the part of Mary either, and so when I got it, I was just at home on my own and started crying.
You were obsessed with watching the film over and over again.
I still watch the film every night. I've got 3 versions which I put on every night.
You are committed. What's your favourite version then?
I like the 2000 version, but I think the arena concert is definitely my favourite.
And that word arena.
I know.
It's it can be done so massively, can't it?
Yeah.
And it's been done in arenas. Yeah. You're at the Pomegranate Theatre. It's not the tiniest theatre going, but it's
a rock theatre.
It's not ginormous.
No.
Are there issues with sort of fitting everyone on stage and some of the kind of numbers? I mean, have you had to scale it down?
We are. It's quite a big. It's a very big cast.
Yeah.
How many?
50 odd, is it?
It's around 50, yeah.
Wow.
But luckily with this show, it's very much the actors do the show. It's very much the actors are everything in it.
Yeah.
So the scenery is very minimalistic. I think we've got a big sort of steel bridge that goes across the back.
Yeah.
which allows us to get plenty of people on,
Yeah.
Good.
which we need.
You need that space.
Yeah.
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 What about costumes? I've been mentioning the word loin, the
Yeah.
word loincloth. All of
I'm getting a bit
We've
worried.
not seen the loincloth
Are you
yet.
in a loincloth?
I don't know. What I do know so far is that I have to go and buy a pair of Jesus sandals,
Yes.
which I'm.
I've got
I
my
think
You
Jesus
yeah.
should have
sandals.
known that was on the cards from the beginning.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Really?
I got my Jesus sandals. I'm just wondering what Jesus is going to be wearing if I've got his sandals.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
I don't think Jesus wears very much. Who is Jesus?
Craig Army.
And is he going to be happy about the loincloth that he's
I've not asked him, have you?
I've not asked him now. I think at the minute he's very he's concentrating on what he's doing, and he's doing a fantastic job.
So when does it start?
It's on the 26th of April
Okay.
until the 30th of April.
Okay, so you are in the kind of what stage are you now then in the rehearsal process?
We've pretty much done
Yeah,
everything
we've got
now,
that
haven't we?
finished show.
We've just got
Yeah.
a few little bits that need sorting out, and then it's in the next week or two. It's a case of just running it over and over,
Just perfecting those little
getting
bits.
things right.
I'm going to ask you a bit more about it. I'm going to have a little break. And
Okay.
the break has to be this. Oh, that was marvellous. Jesus Christ Superstar, sung by Murray Head. And we are playing that because I am joined in the studio by Georgii Bailey and Sam Widdowson. They are from Chesterfield Operatic Society. Georgie's playing Mary Magdalene and Sam is playing Peter in a production of Jesus Christ Superstar, which is going to be at the Pomegranate Theatre in Chesterfield towards the end of the month.
Yes, 26th to the 30th of April.
Very good. Tell me about your characters then. So,
Peter isn't a massive part in it, but he is, I think, important, definitely to the story. He's one of the 12 apostles who denies Jesus three times, and he's really fun character to play, and he's a really interesting character to play because he's got sort of two sides. He's got the caring side towards Jesus, and then he also saves himself in the arrest, which, if you come and see the show, obviously you'll see. And that's really good because he saves himself as well.
so it's quite a complex character. Now, you're one of the
It is a really complex character.
You're very young. How old are you?
I currently am 15. I turned 16 2 days before the show.
Wow, you're the youngest cast member.
I am.
So you've landed a pretty good part then for such
Yeah.
a tiddler.
Yeah, a very
Really?
good part for my age.
That's well done. And Georgie, Mary Magdalene.
Yeah,
That's
not Jesus' mother.
Not Jesus. not that Mary, a
No.
different Mary. So that's a good part as well. Tell me about that.
She's like the female follower of Jesus, so she's always with the disciples. And she used to be a prostitute, and that's always put against her, even though she doesn't live that life anymore. So when she falls in love with Jesus, everyone seems to think that that's the wrong thing to do because he's preaching all these things about what they should do and what they shouldn't do, and he's falling in love with an ex-prostitute, if you get me.
So it's another complex character.
Yeah.
Now you guys are supremely committed. You've got to be part of
Yeah.
of any kind of drama society.
Yeah.
How often do you have to rehearse?
Well, we usually do once a week, but as it gets closer to the show, it turns into twice a week, and then
Yeah.
even closer up, it's 3 times
Yeah,
a week.
we end up doing Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday.
Yeah.
Really, Sunday.
I would love to do a bit of drama.
Yeah.
Not singing. People have heard me sing. It's not fun. But just spoken drama.
Yeah.
That'd be lovely. But it's about it is a big commitment. How do you fit it in around the other things that you do?
I am literally a
With
case of
great
living out of my
difficulty.
car, and I go from dancing to
Yeah.
college to musical theatre to singing to operatics, everything.
Is everyone in the company, are they all involved in sort of drama and music outside in their kind of professional lives? Or
No.
do they have
No,
jobs?
no,
not
they're
at
not.
all.
A
Some
lot
people
of
it's
them
just a
have-
hobby.
Yeah, a lot of them
Yeah.
have really just got everyday jobs.
Yeah.
Some people go and work in B&Q and all sorts of
Yeah.
places, and then they come here and just you see
It's just
another
their
side to them. It's fantastic.
Hobby that they want to do outside.
And what's it feel like? Because I think when you've not been in a play, it's difficult to describe it. But I know, I was poking fun at you when you cried live. But truly, I understand that there's something just amazing, isn't there, about being on stage? When
Yeah.
you've nailed it.
Oh yeah, and the adrenaline you get after it is incredible. You're always on a high after it. It's amazing.
It's fantastic. Just that buzz from the audience.
I find no matter what, if I'm in a part or ensemble, you get the same feeling.
Yeah.
It's just brilliant.
So you don't have to have the
Oh
star
no,
in the role.
no, yeah.
And what's the dream for you guys? You're still very young, 60, well, almost 16, 25. Well, what would you like to do in the future?
I want to go on to do it professionally. I want to go on being an actor when I'm older.
Yeah.
I've not decided yet whether stage or screen. Well,
Yeah.
I can't decide yet, but that's definitely the route I'd like to go down.
What about you, Georgie?
Well, I was going to go on to the route of trying to do it professionally. Like, I applied for the London
Yeah.
schools, and I got on the reserve list for like Guildford and things like that, but I just ended up falling into teaching.
Yeah, but is that must be exciting.
Yeah, because like you still, when you're doing all things like operatics and things like that, you're still practicing what you're teaching.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing to keep up with the industry in a way.
Who's responsible for the after show party?
That's usually you,
It's
isn't
usually
it?
me, believe it or not.
The youngest
Yeah,
one.
the youngest one organising the after show.
We usually go for like
yeah,
an Indian,
there's
don't
a
we?
really nice Indian across the road. So I usually end up having to
booking
sort
that,
that out.
for booking a
Yeah,
table
and
of
we-
what, 50?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely packed.
Can I have your entire restaurant, please?
It literally is the
what
case
it's
of
like.
that,
It's
'cause-
it's fantastic though. We just go, don't we? We have
Well, you
to
have to
laugh.
think we don't come out till half 10, 11, so the restaurant's practically empty
Yeah. 'Cause
anyway.
We usually
so.
go for a drink in the bar afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's just tradition that everybody does that really, and
Yeah.
then we get all the costumes sorted, get out with what's called getting out of the theatre, where you have to unpack
Just
everything.
set out.
Really
all
horrible.
it's yeah.
I enjoy it.
I don't enjoy
It's
that.
basically at the end of a really long run, and
Yeah.
you're absolutely
Yeah.
exhausted, and you have to take every scrap of
Yeah.
It's
everything.
quite heartbreaking, actually.
Out of you'd have to take it all down. You're sweating, you're tired,
Yeah.
you're desperate to go to the
Yeah.
pub,
Yeah.
and you have to take it all out.
Yeah.
And put it in someone's garage somewhere
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah,
It's awful.
yeah. And to get all the musical instruments upstairs,
Yeah.
you have to walk up so many flights of stairs, carry on further up a little hill, get to a van that's usually waiting for you, and then you have to pack that up, go back downstairs, and
Yeah, it's a
you
nightmare.
end
Anyone who
up really
thinks
late.
musical theatre's easy,
Oh, it's not.
au contraire.
It is one of the hardest professions, definitely.
For people who are listening to this and they think, God, this sounds brilliant, I'd love to
Yeah.
go and see it. Have you got highlights? Are there things that people should be sort of watching and waiting out for? Particular numbers that you
Oh, yeah.
love?
Definitely the title of the show, Jesus Christ Superstar. That song is incredible. There's lots of dancing and movement
Yeah.
going off. I'd say King Herod's song's really good as well with the tap dancing.
It is, yeah. That's a really good big
Yeah.
musical number. But personally, I like the Crucifixion.
Yeah.
Just because it's really dramatic, and when it's done right,
Oh yeah.
the director Phil Simcox has just done it
He's been
fantastic. He's when that crucifixion happens, it'll just leave you wanting more.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, if people are left wanting more, how do they go and see it?
They
to
can
go.
contact. I've memorised it. They
I
can
know.
contact the box office on 01246 345 222. Tickets are on sale now.
And when is it again? What are the dates?
It's the 26th to the 30th of April, with a matinee on the 30th.
Yeah, or they can go to the Chesterfield Operatics website, which is www.chesterfieldoperaticsociety.com.
Georgie Bailey. Georgie,
It's alright, I get called George as well.
Georgie Bailey playing Mary, Magdalene, and Sam
Yeah.
Winston playing Peter. They are going to be on at the Pomegranate Theatre with Jesus Christ Superstar, part of Chesterfield Operatic Society. It's been an absolute joy. Thank you ever
Lovely
so
to
much
meet
for coming
you.
in.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.